All right, AR. Wait, no. VR. We're talking about VR. I promise you, we'll talk about AR in another video. I promise you that. VR, standard VR, your HTC Vive, your PlayStation VR, your Oculus Rift, your standard VR experiences. Well, standard for right now. Versus mobile VR. Yes, there is a difference. Mobile VR, like the Gear VR, like the Noon VR, uses your cellular device, your smartphone. All right? You put your smartphone into the VR headset, and your smartphone is the screen. The actual VR headset is just some plastic box with a couple of lenses in there, and you put your phone in front of it. Your phone powers the device. Your phone holds all the software required for experiencing virtual reality, and it is basically the power for the device, right? It runs off the phone. The headset is just a box with lenses so you can actually view what is on your phone. Regular VR, standard VR, what we're getting with PlayStation VR and all the whatnots, there is no phone involved, right? The display is obviously going to be bigger because we don't have to rely on your cell phone size. It's going to be better suited for VR because it's going to be made just for VR, right? The headset, the balancing issues of VR headsets, it's not going to be there, right? Because a lot of mobile VR devices are front heavy because your phone is in the front. Regular VR, standard VR, from what I'm hearing, is more balanced, right? Cause it's just a screen in the front. It's not all this. It's not like we don't need. You know what I mean? It's not a phone in the front. It's just a screen. From what I'm hearing, they're more balanced. But the main difference to me, not just because standard VR is more capable because it runs off of either a PlayStation or a PC. So the applications are gonna be better. They're gonna run smoother. The graphics are gonna be way better. The VR experience is going to be much greater than a mobile device, right? Just because of the power it's running on. But that is not the main difference in my eyes. The main difference is that this is your mobile device. Mobile VR is using a cell phone that everybody has. All they need to do is go out and buy a headset, a VR headset. Noon VR costs $89. There are headsets that are $35. Google VR is like $15. You just need to buy a VR headset, plop your phone in there, and experience virtual reality. Mobile VR, let's talk about the Gear VR. The Gear VR, I believe, was the first VR product that the consumer could buy. And it's really good from what I'm hearing. Hopefully I can get my hands on one soon. I really want to try it. I haven't tried virtual reality and I really want to try it. So, the Gear VR, it has a touchpad on the side, right, for you to interact with. You can hook up your gamepad to it as well if you want to. You put your phone in, and it's just like the Google VR. Google VR is just a cardboard box with lenses on it. Obviously, this is in a more premium package. It's plastic. The lenses are better. You put your phone in, and you're able to experience VR. I have a phone, right? Also, the Gear VR only works with Samsung devices. But if you don't have a Samsung device, you can get a Noon VR. Noon VR are compatible with any device, pretty much any device. If you have an iPhone, you can use it. So that's $89. You get the Noon VR, you pop your phone in, and you can experience VR, right? Whereas standard VR, you gotta pay $400 for the PlayStation VR. You gotta pay $600 for the Oculus Rift. You gotta pay $800 for the HTC Vive. Not to mention $60 for the PlayStation camera for the PlayStation VR, because without that you can't use it. So it's actually $460. They're not saying that. So mobile VR is more user friendly. And because all you gotta do is pop your phone in there and that's it, you know? Pop your phone in there, open up the app, pop your phone in there, boom, you're in virtual reality. And it's more ready for the masses from right now. Anybody can pick it up. It's more readily available. That is what I've been trying to say. It's more readily available. PlayStation VR, Oculus Rift, and HTC Vive, another thing, they're wired. You gotta plug in, I know for the Oculus Rift and the HTC Vive, you gotta plug in HDMI cable, you gotta plug in the power cable, I'm pretty sure you gotta install the drivers on your PC. First you gotta buy a freaking gaming PC for able to run the thing. It's not for your everyday person. This is for enthusiasts only. You want a premium VR experience, you go out and buy the HTC Vive, right? It's not for everybody. That's why I appreciate what Sony's doing. It's $400, you know, plus the Sony camera, $60. But it's more accessible. All I need is a PlayStation 4. I know it's going to work on my PlayStation 4. Now there's rumors about a PlayStation 4.5. We'll talk about that in another video, I promise you. And I plug in my VR headset, boom, I'm in virtual reality. It's not too complicated. Yes, there are cables involved, but they're not many. And here's another big thing with mobile VR. No cables, correct? So it's untethered. I can be anywhere I want and experience VR. I do not have to be attached to my PC or attached to my PS4. Mobile VR can be taken anywhere. I can be walking down the street in the subway with my mobile VR device. That is not practical, right? And this is why I think augmented reality is going to flourish. You can check out my yay or nay video on augmented reality versus virtual reality if you would like. And we can talk about that into further detail. But for now, we're talking about VR. So yes, mobile VR, we can take it anywhere we want. I can be laying in bed, watching you know what in my mobile VR device. I can take it downstairs in the morning while I'm eating my cereal. I can be watching a movie in VR, you know? I can be on the plane, on a 24-hour plane ride, immersed in a first-person shooter in VR, you know? And here's another thing, positional tracking. I've seen a few people get this a little bit. I've seen a few developers were able to somewhat do positional tracking with mobile VR, but it's not great. It's not there yet, and I don't think the phone has enough power and the gyroscopic accelerometer capabilities to accurately do positional tracking. Positional tracking is, I put on the headset, I take a step in the real world, I take a step in virtual reality. Oh man, that is freaking amazing. Imagine going out into a field, a wide field, so you know you have space, entering a virtual world and just running around in a virtual world. There's a freaking dinosaurs. Imagine playing like No Man's Sky, untethered, running around with dinosaurs around you and like just going off exploring this virtual world by actually walking around. My gosh, I just want to escape reality and do that. I really do, man. I really do. I'm in love with the idea of virtual reality. It's freaking amazing. I want to learn how to lucid dream, man. This is a next best thing, virtual reality. I'm telling you, man, this is like Inception right here. This is like the Matrix. Bro, man. So, mobile VR. It is very handy because it runs off your mobile device. Everybody has. It's cheaper because you already have a mobile device and you just got to pick up a headset. That's like $80, $90, right? That's all I gotta say, man. And VR, regular standard VR, you know what I mean? Right now they're looking at it as a more of a gaming device, right? PlayStation VR is gonna be using it mainly for gaming. They're all using it mainly for gaming, but what I want to see are experiences. I want to experience virtual reality. I want to be able to, I want like some ASMR videos in virtual reality, man. I put on, this is another thing why mobile VR is cool. I can take it to bed. Imagine putting on some nice headphones, putting on the a VR device, laying in bed, and just like seeing, I don't know, being like laying out and like you're actually out in nature. You're like laying out in freaking the Shire, man, and you have hobbits running around you. You're hearing the Lord of the Rings, the soundtrack going on. Yo, I don't know, when Lord of the Rings, I think Lord of the Rings, I started tearing up, man. Oh my gosh. Lord of the Rings soundtrack is the most emotional soundtrack in the entire universe. It's freaking amazing. But I mean, just teleporting yourself. I want to be in Lord of the Rings, man. Holy freaking cow. How freaking amazing would that be? Shoot. Imagine putting on a headset and I can walk around Hobbiton. I can be in Bag End right now, man. Dang it. I'm getting so off topic right now. I'm getting so off topic. Like, yo. Ugh. Okay. Standard VR. You're tethered to a place. But the experience is better. It's richer, right? Because of the power behind it. Mobile VR can be experienced anywhere, but it relies on the power of your phone, right? VR, in my mind, is not going to be mobile because you cannot see anything. Look at my yay or nay video, AR versus VR, right? I'll talk about that. So therefore, mobile VR, it's cool right now, but in the future, I don't see it being there as prevalent as standard VR. Standard VR can become wireless, but that is different from mobile VR. Mobile is going to enter the augmented reality game, and I will talk about that in another video. Standard VR is going to be where it's at. Yes, it's going to be. It'll be wireless. Everything is wireless these days. It's going to get to wireless, right? And we can walk around. People are going to have, like I said in my yay or nay video, people are going to be having rooms dedicated to virtual reality. It's going to be wireless and we walking around. It's going to be freaking amazing. But yeah, those are my thoughts on standard virtual reality and mobile and mobile virtual reality. In the future, in the long run, standard virtual reality is going to triumph. Mobile VR is really cool right now. It lets us all experience VR and gives us a taste of what the future might be. But that's all it is, in my point of view. From what I'm seeing, mobile VR doesn't have what it takes to take us to the next level in the future. Standard VR does. Standard VR and augmented reality is where it's going to be at. Let me know down in the comment section if you agree with me, or what are your thoughts about this. And I will see you guys later. Goodbye.